Hi everyone, I'm Nancy Meehan. I am the lay pastoral minister at St. Gabriel's Church, and I am so excited to speak with you today. I was really hoping we'd be able to do it in person, but you'll have to settle for this recording for now. We're entering a very exciting time in your child's life, both for you and your child, as we start the preparations for First Holy Communion. It's an exciting time. I remember it well when my son was little and we went through it. Things were a little bit different, but nonetheless, it is still a very sacred and beautiful time for everyone. I don't have a lot of information to share with you right now. Unfortunately, everything that we have planned is pretty much up in the air right now due to all of the restrictions, the closures, different protocols, etc. But I will share what I do know so that we are all on the same page, and I promise to keep you updated with everything as soon as I learn more. Many of you have seen scheduled dates for a lot of the different activities for the First Communion themselves, First Reconciliation, Inscription Promise Weekend. Unfortunately, again, those are not all set in stone. First Communions are tentatively scheduled for May. However, we are waiting on direction from the diocese. You may or may not be aware confirmations were canceled, and we are waiting to hear about those. Those require the bishop, and his time slots will be very much in demand, so we may need to work around confirmations, but for now, let's hope that we can keep the dates that we have set. The Inscription Promise weekends, unfortunately, those ones are definitely up in the air. The churches are still closed. When they do open, they will open at minimum capacity. So we need a little bit more coordination to make sure that everyone who shows up is allowed in the church and that they can make their promise. This is a really important event. Inscription Promise Weekend, the students are required to show up to profess their promise in front of God, to Father, in front of family and friends, etc. So if for whatever reason that you cannot make it on that day, whenever it is, we will need you to make a special appointment to meet with Father so that that promise can be made. But we'll discuss that more once we have some more dates. First Reconciliation, right now, school reconciliations are not permitted. And actually, it's only by appointment in the church for the rest of the congregation. So again, once we hear more information from the government and from the bishop, we will work closely with the principals and come up with a plan for that. The good news is for First Communions, when they do take place, we have excellent protocols in place for COVID. We've done this once already with these restrictions, and it worked very well. It was a bit restrictive, but it was still very special for all of the families and the children, and we will go ahead the same way. Just something that you should know up front. Due to the limit of capacity in the church, families will only be allowed to have 4 people at the First Communion. That's the student plus 3. I just want to put that out there right now. That is not ideal, I realize, but it's something that we have to do in order to meet all of the rules and regulations. If they lessen and we're allowed more, we will reach out first thing and let everyone know, but I just wanted to let you know that that is where we're at right now with regard to the First Communion itself. In my next video, we'll discuss the forms that need to be filled out and the documents. And of course, if you have any questions, please email me about what I've just discussed with the dates, and I will be happy to get back to you. Thank you.